So yeah, we'll just Gravity and grab Apple. And it does one shot. Look at that. I was scrolling through the teams that made Day 2 at the Lille Regional Championship looking for something fun. I often like in these Tuesday videos to feature the most successful tournament-winning teams, but I also enjoy teams that see some success at tournaments and make unusual and entertaining choices that can give a picture of sort of a different corner of the metagame. And this team by a player named Nikita Stoller certainly caught my eye. The first Pokemon to get my attention really was the Sableye, because I've been using Sableye lately, and it's a fun niche prankster Pokemon. But this one is very different from what I've tried before. This Sableye is running Gravity, which, as you can probably tell already, is fairly important to supporting a number of its teammates. First and foremost, there's the Flapple, a Dragon type you don't see too often, but this one is running a Choice Band, which boosts its damage of its physical attacks. It has Hustle, which further boosts its physical attacks at the cost of some accuracy, but then that is offset by the Gravity. And it gets the exclusive attack Grav Apple, which is a Grass-type attack that I think lowers the target's defense when it hits, but also does decent damage, and that damage is itself increased in Gravity. So Flapple can hit very hard with Sableye support. You also see Dragon Rush, which is kind of an unusual move. It's a relatively strong Dragon-type attack for having only the drawback that it's not very accurate. And of course the Gravity also helps with that. Gravity, if you don't know, forces all Pokemon to be grounded and also gives an accuracy buff to all moves. So the Flapple benefits a ton from that to hit things very hard with the Dragon Terra as well. And then having both Aerial Ace and Dual Wing Beat looked a little odd to me at first, but thinking about it more, if you don't have Gravity up, Flapple is in danger of missing its attacks, but not with the perfect accuracy of Aerial Ace, so that's probably the one that you click when you don't have Gravity up. But Dual Wing Beat, I'm sure does more damage. I don't really remember its base power, but you're not worried about missing that in Gravity, and also it can do something like KO a Whimsicott through a Focus Sash, I would imagine. So the two flying attacks look a little odd, but I think I can see the reasoning there. Then you have Yanmega also benefiting from the Gravity, mostly because this one is running Hypnosis. Of course, we've seen what Yanmega can do in some recent regionals on other kinds of teams, and this one does have Speed Boost and Tailwind to give speed control to itself and its teammates, and then hit things with Air Slash. But the Hypnosis also sets this apart from other Yanmega sets, as once it gets some boosts up, it can outspeed everything and put all kinds of threats to sleep with Gravity support. Another niche thing that I'm not sure is intentional, but did catch my eye here, is that if you get Psychic Terrain and Gravity up, then Yanmega will no longer be in the air, and it can not be targeted by opposing priority. But that's a pretty small thing. I don't know if it'll come into play. Then we had the Blood Moon Ursaluna, able to just rip off powerful normal type attacks with the Silk Scarf and Normal Terra. And it has, of course, both Tailwind support from Yanmega and Trick Room support from Indeedee, but then there's also Sableye running Quash. Quash is a move that you pretty much only see on Prankster Sableye, and what it does is it forces its target to go last that turn. So if the opponent has a Pokemon that outspeeds and threatens Blood Moon Ursaluna, you can just click Quash into that, and Ursaluna will go before that Pokemon, and with Ursaluna's stats, quite possibly KO it. Of course, I can't click that in Psychic Terrain, and that's something I'm going to have to keep in mind, but it is a nice tech to have available. And the last part of the team is the Psychic Seed Delphox with the Indeedee. So Delphox able to throw off a relatively fast Expanding Force. This one also has Nasty Plot to boost its special attack if it finds an opening, to punish a passive play from an opponent. And with the Psychic Seed consuming its item, it's able to take the opponent's item with Magician. And then a pretty simple Indeedee. Yeah, pretty basic stuff here. Well, it does have the Trick Room Imprison, so you can deny an opponent's Trick Room, which is good when we're running what is a mostly fast hyper offensive team here. I don't necessarily know otherwise how Indeedee complements some of the Sableye modes, considering, like I said, that Psychic Terrain will stop our own Quash, and Encore for that matter. But in any case, this team has a ton of damage and good disruption in Sableye and Indeedee, and does it all with certainly some less used Pokemon. I mean, Yanmega has had a moment lately, and Delphox earlier in the format, but I don't know when I've seen a Flapple on a tournament team before. So I am looking forward to giving it a go. I'm not sure I'm going to have the easiest time figuring this team out, but I mean, I can find some of the synergies, right? So we'll go from there. This opponent only has 5 Pokemon, but they're pretty scary ones. So, hey, if it works, it works. I don't love Psy Spam into 2 Psychic Resist and an Immunity out of 5 Pokemon total. Blood Moon or Ursaluna could be strong here if I get it set up right. It's obviously threatened by some of these. But I think I just want to get Flapple going into this. I mean, boosted Garganacl runs through a lot of this team, so let's just lead with Flapple and Sableye. Is it safe to lead Flapple here? These Pokemon aren't that fast. I think it's okay. I'll bring in Mega in the back and Ursaluna, and we'll try this mode out first. So yeah, just leading Flapple and Sableye into Decidueye and Farigiraf. So I don't have my Trick Room and Prison bot, obviously. So let's see if I can just take out this Farigiraf with a Garganacl. Hopefully they're not running Sap Sipper, but I haven't seen Sap Sipper Farigiraf in a while. So yeah, we'll just Gravity and Garganacl. And it does one shot. Look at that. They get scrappy triple arrows into Sableye. I forgot to say, but you've heard me say it a lot, I don't have the creator's EVs. I made up my own spreads, and I put a lot of physical bulk on this Sableye. It's possible that the Sableye on the original team would have been KO'd by that, but I think it'd be worth it to get the gravity up anyway. Here I can Garganacl the Samurott, and now that they don't have Farigiraf, I don't have to worry about clicking priority moves, so... Given that the Samurott's a dark type, though, so I was going to quash it, but actually I can't. I still think I probably just sack Sableye here, right? No, I can switch Mega and double resist the triple arrows, start getting my speed boosts and throwing off Hypnosis. They Ceaseless Edge Flapple. It does a lot of damage, but Garganacl takes out Samurott. Garganacl never yet failing to one-shot a target. They get Ursaluna in. Okay. And we don't get to keep playing because they forfeit. I think I was probably going to switch Flapple out to my Ursaluna. That probably means I'm sacking it. Maybe I could sack Sableye, but I might want to get Gravity back up later. And basically, I wanted to get a speed boost on Mega and play toward the Mega Tailwind. Maybe I could have gone Terra Ghost on Mega to prevent a Facade into it and gone straight for the Tailwind. But yeah, I wanted to get my speed control up and preserve Flapple, because then if I get it back in, it can handle the Ursaluna, I think, pretty easily. Maybe I need Mega to beat the Decidueye, so maybe it could have been a tricky endgame, but in any case. Flapple claims 2 one-hit KOs there, and the opponent had enough. Okay, here we've got a Rain team, or no, I just saw Basculegion and Archaludon and thought a Rain team, but it actually doesn't look like a Rain team, because what sets up the Rain? There's probably some coaching stuff with this Sneasler. A lot of possible coaching. Pretty much everything else on the team can benefit from coaching. Otherwise, they're just pretty well rounded. They can disrupt Psychic Terrain. So I'm once again not really eager to go to that mode. But Archaludon might be hard for this team to break. I think I need Ursaluna to do that. I think I'm going to bring... the same 4 Pokemon. I'm just thinking about what order. Flapple can, of course, get intimidated by Incineroar too. I think I might be better off leading Sableye Mega this time with Flapple and Ursaluna in the back. So, we'll see what that gets us. Okay, Sneasler and Incineroar. Both of those could have Fake Out. I don't think they're really threatening much of a KO into Sableye immediately. It might be best if I delay my Gravity so that it doesn't wear off as quickly. So I think I'll just click Foul Play into the Sneasler slot and Detect with Mega this turn. Avoid a possible Fake Out, get a speed boost. They Dire Claw Sableye, don't put it to sleep, please. Okay, they poison it, that's fine. The Foul Play does good damage too. Maybe I just Air Slash that slot next turn, but I probably want to get my Tailwind. Also, the Sneasler is under a lot of pressure here, they might switch it out. So let's Gravity and Tailwind. Or I could even Hypnosis. Okay, they keep Sneasler in. Knock off Mega's Focus Sash. I'm okay with that. I think this turn I'm going to Foul Play the Sneasler slot again and click Hypnosis into Incineroar. But maybe I should be looking for a way to get Flapple in, but it's tricky because I don't want it to switch in on a super effective Dire Claw and play the status roulette. Okay, Incineroar is asleep. And Mega takes the Dire Claw and is knocked out, but they trade Sneasler for that. I think that's okay. I can go Ursaluna here. Maybe the Rillaboom becomes an issue. I also could go Flapple. I'm probably not getting Gravity up a second time, so maybe the consideration here is get Flapple to put in work while it can. So let's go Flapple. As we see Rillaboom, they can fake out Flapple if they want. Not much I can do about that. I'm gonna click Foul Play into the Rillaboom here, and I can just dual Wing Beat Rillaboom, right? The other play is Dragon Rush into something. But Rillaboom is a bigger problem, I think, than Incineroar, given that I have Ursaluna in the back. So let's double target Rillaboom. Okay, they fake out Flapple this turn. I'm already close to running out of Tailwind, but here I can Encore Rillaboom, so it's locked into fake out. And Flapple is still free to choose its move because I didn't get my attack off that turn. I think I'm just gonna Terra Dragon Rush into Incineroar. Okay, Rillaboom doesn't switch out, and now it won't be able to switch out, so it's locked into fake out for a few turns, and that makes it a lot less threatening. And what do they have in the back? Basculegion. Let's just Quash and Dragon Rush into that. Yep, they can't fake out. Quash makes Basculegion go last. Dragon Rush one-shots. Flapple has still never failed to KO anything in this video. But Gravity is up now, so Dragon... Actually, wait. I can get a second Gravity. I still have Sableye. So we'll just Dragon Rush the Rillaboom here. And Flapple still claiming a bunch of KOs. Not a Pokemon you see too often, but showing why it had some success at a regional there, huh? I think it's KO'd like 5 Pokemon in like a game and a half so far. This one actually is a Rain team, and they have some frustrating stuff in Garganacl and Gallade, although Garganacl might just fold to Flapple too, I don't know. I kind of like Sableye and Mega again, I think. This one doesn't have grassy terrain, so Psy Spam stuff is an option, but they have three very credible Wide Guard users. They have like all of the Wide Guard Pokemon in Reg H, and they have Incineroar. So I feel like Yanmega is a bit less threatening this game because there aren't a ton of Air Slash targets, but Hypnosis is still very good into some of these Pokemon. You want to slow down something like an Archaladon setup or Garganacl. Does Purifying Salt stop Hypnosis? I don't remember what Purifying Salt does, but an Archaladon setup for sure. You know what? I'm starting to talk myself... No, I am going to lead Sableye and Mega. I was starting to talk myself into Flapple, but I do still have the Incineroar to worry about, because Flapple can be intimidated and faked out very easily. Okay. I think I can just Gravity Hypnosis here, instead of playing a slower Detect game that gives the Archaladon a boost. I think Yanmega will be faster than either of these Pokemon. Yeah, I misread the numbers there, but oh, wait, it actually might not be faster than Archaladon? How fast is Archaladon? I don't think I'm running max speed on this Yanmega. No, I'm definitely not. I figured with speed boost I didn't need it, but might have burned me a little bit there. But I have the speed boost now. They don't have Tailwind, so I can just get Ursaluna in, I think. Put Pelipper to sleep. And then Ursaluna can start throwing off attacks without worrying too much about the rain. I can even set Tailwind next turn. Their only flying immunity is already on the field, so... Sorry, their only ground immunity is already on the field. So if I Earth Power into the Archaladon, there's not much to switch in on that. And I will set Tailwind here. Just thinking ahead a little bit. That just one-shots Archaladon. So, okay, Pelipper wakes up first opportunity, though, so take Ursaluna with it. A little bit unfortunate, but I can get Flapple in here, and I still have 2 turns of Gravity and 3 turns of Tailwind. Here's the Gallade. It's probably worth a Terra Dragon, just so that we're not weak to Pelipper's Hurricane. But also, I could just put Pelipper to sleep again, right? And Pelipper is more likely to have a Focus Sash than Gallade is, so I think Gallade is the correct target here. I'm going to save my Terra and just grab Apple, Gallade, and Hypnosis Pelipper again. Something I didn't mention in the intro is that Yanmega and Flapple are definitely 2 of my favorite Pokemon from their respective generations. It's a lot of fun to see them popping off like this. It's very convenient that they both benefit from the same support, huh? Hypnosis. And Flapple just stays KOing everything. There's a Grab Apple one-shots Gallade there. Let's see what their last Pokemon is. It's Garganacl. I'm just going to Grab Apple that too. And Air Slash Garganacl to cover for Bulk and a Terra. It protects, okay. That's not great for me because, well, 1, Gravity ends, and 2, Pelipper can wake up. But if I just go Sableye again and Detect Yanmega here, I might get my supports back up. Okay, it's Terra Ghost Garganacl. Pelipper does wake up, it lands a Hurricane into Sableye. Salt Cure crits Sableye, but Sableye is still here. It still has a chance to set Gravity once more. And I think I'm going to put Pelipper back to sleep. I don't know. I need to be getting damage on Pelipper at some point. But what I'm thinking is, like, I can Air Slash Pelipper here, and then probably KO it with Flapple after that. But then maybe I'm buying Garganacl too much time. No, I'm just going to Air Slash Pelipper. Okay, they KO Yanmega with the normal Weather Ball. Garganacl KOs Sableye, so I do need Flapple to 1v2 here. And actually, what I'm going to do, I think, is Terra Dragon, Grab Apple, Garganacl. I'm no longer weak to Hurricane. Grab Apple doesn't one-shot, and it looks like I did lose this one. Okay, so first time ever that Flapple has failed to one-shot a target, but only because the Garganacl Terra'd. And I guess Hypnosis into Pelipper again was the right call there. Or maybe I just needed them to miss. Did they use Hurricane that turn? I think they did. Maybe I just needed them to miss. Okay, we've got Pincurchin and Alolan Raichu. That's fun. I don't believe in those Pokemon in this format, but I would like to see them do well. So maybe we will right now. And then we've also got our Chaladon, probably like a Terra Electric Power Herb set or something. And some bulky options with the Ninetales and these 2 setup guys. How do I attack? Well, I mean, if their game plan is electric terrain, then it might be worthwhile to bring in DD. Otherwise, you know what? I could just do Sableye Flapple again, but actually, these 2 kind of get in Flapple's way. You know what? Maybe I lead Sableye Ursaluna here, because after Gravity, Earth Power will hit Corviknight for super effective damage, as well as Ceruledge, as well as our Chaladon. It's possible I want Yanmega Tailwind before I do Ursaluna stuff. But I actually think I might leave Yanmega behind this time because I think I want to bring Sableye, Ursaluna, and DD. Do I leave Flapple behind? Yeah, I'm going to leave Flapple behind, actually. We're going to bring these 4. Flapple could take a breather. It's put in a lot of work already. Okay, so it's Ninetales Raichu lead. And I'm just going to... Do I just Gravity right away here? I think I do, because there's a chance that Sableye will be KO'd. And I'll Detect with Yanmega. Try to fake it out, that's fine. Here, I can Encore Raichu and Hypnosis Ninetales. That should shut down most things that they try to do this turn. If they get Pincurchin in, they get their Electric Terrain. Oh, and that keeps Ninetales awake, of course. Electric Terrain prevents sleep. That's very silly of me to not even think about that. And yeah, now Yanmega is frozen, which is really bad because I'd like to set Tailwind here, but hopefully Ursaluna will be okay without it. I'm going to Terra Normal for sure. And I still might get Tailwind up. It's possible Yanmega thaws this turn, but I'm just going to Terra Normal, Hyper Voice, quick Tailwind. The Raichu gets in. Of course, it has boosted speed and electric terrain thanks to its ability. But Yanmega's KO'd here. They also crit Ursaluna. Alola Ninetale is still feeling pretty broken in some of these games. And now I actually have no choice but to turn off their electric terrain. That does mean they could just get it right back by switching the Pincurchin in. So I'm going to Hyper Voice and Follow Me to prevent... I mean, Alolan Raichu is going to be faster than Ursaluna anyway, whatever the terrain is. We're just going to prevent it from messing with Ursaluna here. And, okay, they stay in with both Pokemon, so we can KO both of these with this. Indeed, he gets paralyzed for good measure. And we can't KO anything because Ninetales gets Ursaluna with the Blizzard. Well, that... And indeed, he has no attacks. Just in prison. Well, that one just didn't feel meant to be. And that's okay. You know what? I said I want to see Alolan Raichu put in work. And it kind of did in that game. And you know what? I was going to say Pincurchin didn't put in work, but actually Pincurchin was kind of clutch because it stopped my Hypnosis. I'm just not used to thinking about electric terrain in Reg H, so good job by that opponent. Here we've got a Murkrow Typhlosion team. We've also got Sneasler, Mousehold, Rashalodon, Rillaboom. Okay. I feel like a team that made D2 to Regional should be able to beat this, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. The Murkrow might be able to taunt Yanmega, in which case, even with speed boosts, I can't necessarily get Tailwind up. But I do once again like Ursaluna into some of these Pokemon. I really don't like it into some of the others, but I think that's where Flapple and Yanmega come in. I think I am just going to go Sableye, Yanmega, Flapple, Ursaluna here. I still haven't brought the Delphox to a game, but I feel fine with that. These Pokemon are a bit more niche, and they felt better in these matchups. I didn't even process that this is Black Glasses Sableye Terra Dark for extra foul play damage, but obviously I didn't terrestrialize it in that earlier game, but still, small wonder with the Black Glasses that foul play was doing so much to that Sneasler. I can set Gravity here. Do I want to? There's not much I can do. I can't really stop an Eruption here. So I guess I will set Gravity, but I'll also hope that Sableye survives. So that... Oh, they don't Tailwind. Interesting. Okay, Sableye doesn't survive. That eliminates a Quash play into Typhlosion. This is tough. Because... Well, I have Protect on Ursaluna, so... But if they Tailwind and I Tailwind, Typhlosion's still going to be faster. But they probably won't KO Yanmega through the Sash this turn. They definitely might. Actually, the way they played last turn, they probably will. But if they do that, then they don't get Tailwind. So I'll go Ursaluna here. I'll Protect and click Tailwind. My opponent disconnected, but looks like they're back now. And I'm just trying to position myself to get a big attack off with Ursaluna next turn. They Thunder Wave Yanmega, but they won't KO it, so I just need to break through the full para. Okay, good. They can't Thunder Wave Ursaluna. Oh, but part of the scenario that I was thinking about was still having Yanmega be fast here so that I could land a Hypnosis into Typhlosion. Typhlosion, if they Tailwind here, Typhlosion still goes before Ursaluna. I'm just gonna have to hope this works out somehow. They actually did kind of mess me up with that Thunder Wave, and I think I just Hyper Voice, Hypnosis Typhlosion. They Haze. That's okay. That's still not a Tailwind, but their Typhlosion still goes before my Ursaluna, which probably exposes a flaw in the EV spread that I made. The Murkrow still hasn't shown Tailwind. I'm not at all confident that it has it at this point, but they're going to KO Ursaluna. Well, no, I'll Protect to try to prevent that. I'll Terra Dragon Flapple to minimize Eruption damage, and I don't feel like I can safely click Gravapple into this because so much of their team resists, and I only have 2 more turns of Gravity, so I'm going to click Dragon Rush into Typhlosion. They'll probably paralyze Flapple here. They do. But the Eruption is now nerfed by the damage that Typhlosion has already taken, and we do land the Dragon Rush and KO Typhlosion. Still a bad position for sure. And I only have one turn of Tailwind left, so if they go Rillaboom or Sneasler and click Fake Out here, then they can just KO Ursaluna. So I'm actually going to go for the double Protect on Ursaluna and Dragon Rush Rillaboom. I think Dragon Rush will KO Rillaboom if it connects, but I probably just lose Ursaluna if I don't get the double Protect. Even then, they probably just Grassy Glide it next turn. Oh, I do get the double Protect. They didn't Fake Out Ursaluna, they U-turned Flapple. Did a lot of damage. And we'll probably just knock the Sneasler down to Sash here. Actually, we won't even do that because Flapple's fully paralyzed. Just go down swinging here. Okay, well, like a lot of hyper offense teams, this one is having trouble coping if its attack is successfully disrupted by something like that Murkrow. That's kind of just inherent to how the team is built, but I have felt a little unlucky in some of these games, and I'm really enjoying this team, so I'm going to get at least one more. We'll see if we can end on a high note, as our opponent here also has a Yanmega. Oh, I think this is Wolf Glick's team, right? Huh. Apparently it's Sableye, and I think Yanmega try to shut down with Hypnosis any kind of Archaludon setup, because if it's Wolf Glick's team, this is some Terra Electric Archaludon stuff. And I think I will bring Flapple and Ursaluna, as I have been doing throughout here. There hasn't really been a matchup where I felt like I wanted the Delphox Size Spam, but maybe I just don't know what its matchups are. They can set Trick Room here. Actually, I can Terra Ghost and just go for... Yeah, I can actually deny Trick Room. I can just Gravity, Terra Ghost, Hypnosis, Porygon 2. I can't fake Yanmega out with the Terras. They didn't even try to. Went right for the knockoff into Sableye, but I'm okay with that. And here, I can just switch to Flapple and Hypnosis Ursaluna, right? Porygon 2 waking up could make my day a little tougher, but okay, it doesn't. So we'll just grab Apple and Air Slash into that slot. If it's Wolf Glick's team, the Archaludon does not have stamina, so I don't have to be afraid of that. Porygon 2 is gone. No Trick Room for them. Their Yanmega is in now. I'm going to read that it protects here. Am I? There's not really any significant cost if I just put it to sleep, right? I'm going Ursaluna here because Flapple is facing a couple of resistances here. But now I can get, yeah, with Ursaluna, I can just Tailwind Hyper Voice. Or maybe Blood Moon into Incineroar is worth it. I think so, because my Yanmega still has a lot more speed boost than theirs. I can still click Hypnosis into that. It's the last turn of Gravity. Let's just Blood Moon Incineroar and Hypnosis Yanmega. Try to make sure that my Yanmega wins the head-to-head between those two Pokemon. They get the Parting Shot into Ursaluna, but then they immediately forfeit without even bringing another Pokemon in. I don't know what it was that was going to take the Blood Moon there. Maybe their Ursaluna, because it kind of felt like they were playing toward a Trick Room game plan, or maybe Archaludon, in which case I think it would have taken the Blood Moon relatively okay, especially after the drop, but they got tired of being put to sleep, I guess, and so I will end it there on a high note for this team. You know, as with a lot of these less used Pokemon, there's probably a reason that Flapple is less used, but this team is a lot of fun, and it made Day 2 at a regional. It obviously has some merit, and in the hands of a good player who knows it well. So, yeah, props to the creator for this team. I've really enjoyed it, and we'll be back next time with something different. And seriously, did you see how many KOs that Flapple got?